I'm John Volker for High Gear Media, and this is 5 things we really like about the 2011 Tesla Roadster Sport, which we've just road tested. The first thing we like, it's the same thing anybody likes about a Tesla, the acceleration. This thing does 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds, and because it's electric and it has no gears, it simply puts thrust in the small of your back and throws you toward the horizon. The acceleration is clearly the best, the most fun, the coolest thing about the Tesla Roadster. The second thing, we tested a 2009 Roadster 2 years ago. This car has a much nicer interior. It's got nicer leather seats, it's got carbon fiber trim on this model, and the third thing, we called it out separately, it actually has push buttons for, transmission isn't the right word, it has push buttons for park, drive, neutral, and reverse. The fourth thing we like about the Tesla Roadster Sport, as with any Tesla, is the ability to drive it on one pedal. Tesla has very nicely blended in regenerative braking, and it's fairly aggressive, so you literally can use one pedal to drive and then lift off to brake. You only really hit the friction brakes for about the last 10 miles an hour. And it takes about 3 or 4 minutes to get used to, and then you realize you really are just driving on one pedal. You learn to modulate very finely to lift off, to accelerate, to brake. And the fifth and final thing we like about the Tesla Roadster, it exists. This is the first electric car that does highway speeds and then some. It's capped at 125 miles an hour. That was produced in bulk, and this is really the car that made people think of electric cars not as silly little plastic golf carts, but in fact as real, viable cars. And did we mention the acceleration? I'm John Volker. This is High Gear Media.